podcast. My name is Devin, this is Brad, and today we got somebody very special in the studio. Give it up for OnCue. What's happening, brother? How we doing?
It's good, man. Chilling.
Yes, sir. Everyone we have OnCue. Q is here with us in the studio. Came all the way, late night flight or red eye flight, all the way from LA. Damn.
How was the flight?
I watched Captain Marvel.
Nice.
It was actually kind of tight. Can't front. I didn't know what to expect, but it was not bad. You know, did some reading. Trying to be well read these days. You know?
Nice.
What you reading these days?
I'm reading 1984 by
George Orwell.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's Cam Quinlan put us. Cam Quinlan. He put us.
Yeah, he put us on that.
All right, I still got to read that book.
I never read it, and I just like when I'm starting on new projects and stuff.
Yeah.
And I kind of have, I guess, writer's block. I never really have writer's block. Like I can write some, it's just not what I'm writing is not inspiring me. I tend to read a book or two. It just helps just seeing the words on the page. That's so I don't really read nonfiction like that. It's all just fiction.
I feel that. So I do want to get into your background, though. Where you from, and what was life growing up like there?
I'm from Newington, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shout out Newington.
Yeah. So, man, you know, parts of childhood were amazing. Other parts of childhood were terrible. In my household, it's a mixed bag, but I think I kind of came out of it in a good way because I kind of knew the bad side and the good side of life. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So, when did you start doing music? And who impressed that upon you?
It was my older brother, because he's 7 years older than me. So he brought home Criss Cross on cassette when I was like 3 years old. And that's my earliest memory of hip hop. And then, you know, just growing up, it was just like, it just became a figure in my life. I wrote my first song at 9 years old, believe it or not. And I begged my parents for a karaoke machine. It was $200, and the reason why I begged them for it, I figured out I could cut vocals onto cassette on the karaoke machine way back in the day when I was like 10. I was like, oh, because they had a recording, you know, ability for people to record their karaoke sessions. So that was kind of how I started, and then just after that, I just used the internet, you know.
Damn. So especially like the internet coming into play, were you a guy that was on LimeWire a lot, FrostWire?
Say that one more time.
LimeWire, FrostWire. Do you
LimeWire, Napster shit, even. I mean that was kind of what I did. And it's just, you know, and then MySpace came around. And I was a baby, and then everyone back home, like Hartford area locally, were just sleeping on the internet at the time, and I just utilized it, and I started like just kind of getting used to things, and then I moved to New York at 20. Yeah, I moved to New York at 20, and then that was when things started to like become substantial.
What part of New York were you staying at when you moved out there?
I was in Brooklyn pretty much the whole time up until last September. So I pretty much lived there for 8 years. Yeah, 8 years. And that was my life, you know. Like even when I come back east now, I can't lie, home doesn't really feel like home because a majority of my adulthood happened in New York. You know, my career started to become profitable in New York. So it's kind of weird. Again, the duality thing, it is a little weird. Like this is home, but that's home too.
It's kind of like, I mean, it's like, sorry to cut you off, but it's like a personal connection to the area. Like you were just saying yourself, like you went through a lot of ups and downs, especially in that Newington area. When you got to New York, was it still a sort of an up and down roller coaster for you?
Totally. It still is. It still is right now. It's all relative, right? Like, I want to be gigantic. You know what I'm saying? And 14-year-old me would be like slapping me in the face, like, holy shit, bro, you did this, you work with so-and-so. But it's never enough, you know what I'm saying? So it's always ups and downs. It's like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I do want to talk about when you made that shift to go to LA. What, obviously there's more opportunities out there, that's a given. But why did you feel like now is the right time to do that?
There's been a mass exodus in New York. It's just, it's Bloomberg's New York now, you know what I'm saying? So rent's so high, the studios can't afford to be in the black because the reality is most of the records that you hear on the radio right now are recorded at home. You think Lil Nas X went to Baseline? No. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. That's the conversation we're having with our journalist Akil, and that's what we were talking about. Is like you don't need that whole mixer board. You see, like a lot of these fancy studios, if you have like the same MacBook that we have right here, you got yourself a mic, like we got right here, and maybe like a condenser and like a blocker. You can make
got
a
a laptop in a G.
Like Sir,
you can do anything.
Are you familiar with the artist Sir? He made Chasing Summer on a 13-inch MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Because he has an engineering background, so he mixed everything himself. He laid all the vocals himself and stuff like that. So like,
I cut all my vocals now on a MacBook Air 2013 model. Like, I prefer it. Still got the USB things. I don't gotta get all those freaking adapter things. So yeah, I moved out there. I co-wrote a record that opened up opportunity. And
what was that record?
It was Eminem featuring Alicia Keys.
Okay.
Lake Home off the Revival album. And before that, my lawyer was like, man, you can write hooks in your sleep, like try to write for others. So, and that's most of the writing sessions happen in LA.
Yeah.
And I'm also like in a serious relationship, get more space out there. We just got a dog, all that stuff.
Hey.
Hold up one second.
Okay.
I got a text.
I want to see this.
Okay, cool. My bad. So that's what it is.
That's awesome. I do want to talk about the project you dropped in May, right?
Yeah.
I hate Me Too.
Yeah.
That album charted number 17, right, on the hip hop.
I don't know.
iTunes.
It might have went higher. I'm not even trying
18.
to flex. Maybe it was 18. I don't know. I'm kind of mad at myself then. That's not good enough. I thought it hit closer to 10. Maybe I'm bugging. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. But how'd that make you feel, putting all this work into a project like this and then seeing it be returned at that type of stage?
It's cool. It's cool, but I'm just gonna keep it a buck. That album, I'll stand by it. It's my best body of work. And I was just talking about it with my DJ. I call it DOA, you know what I mean? It was Dead on Arrival. Just, again, it's all perspective, it's all relative. So it needs to do more, you know what I'm saying? But I'm working on a new album now, so I'm kind of just like, you just gotta keep chipping away.
For that specific, I'm sorry to cut you off, but for that specific project, did you have a label backing you, or was that all independent when you put that one?
That was all independent, and that was why I left the record contract. I was like in transition. I just got to LA. There are certain things that went down behind the scenes, like from a business standpoint, that like kind of, cut the leg off, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it was the first project that I was just like very happy with. Like the first record is not even a rap record. It's not even really like an R&B record. It's like almost like if you guys know Bon Iver, it's almost like vocoder, harmonizer, and like
something like James Blake kind of vein.
Yeah, kind of. And just like that's how it started up. You know what I mean?
That's interesting you say that, because when you get out to LA, like I remember, are you familiar with Flying Lotus and Thundercat?
Yeah.
So I remember I'd seen an interview with them and them having a conversation about it was between Flying Lotus, Thundercat, and Pharrell, I believe. Or it might have been Flying Lotus and Pharrell. But the fact of the matter is, but when you get out to LA, they was just like
talking about the Beats one.
I think it was that one.
Pharrell,
they were talking about like how the vibrations are just different out in LA, and that produces just different sounds for artists across the board. For you, when you get out to LA after leaving New York, how would you describe the two locations and how they affected your music making?
That's a good question, because I've been thinking about it. I don't know.
Because when you get to LA and then you drop this project and it's that, like you just said, like the best project you ever made, does the location have that much of an effect on it?
Not me personally. I don't think so. Maybe it does, and I just don't see it yet because I'm clearly too close to it.
Or is it more so growth as an individual standpoint?
I think the biggest thing that has changed, I now track myself. You know what I'm saying? So in New York, I was spoiled. I had Grammy Award-winning engineers for a chunk of my career. Then I had an amazing engineer who recorded the whole thing on a Focusrite. And
shout out to Focusrite.
You know what I mean? Give me the money. But yeah, so now I'm tracking myself, and it's like just a different feeling. Like now I can write a record and record it all in the same instance. Whereas like back in New York, I was just writing in my crib. You know what I mean? I prefer to be alone. When I'm writing, that's just me. I don't like people around. It's like it's a cathartic process a lot of times for me. So I like to keep it that way. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Real quick before we let you get out of here, because we know you got a show to go put on and go kill your set.
I gotta take a big piss too.
Oh.
Hey, podcast.
Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for taking this time. I know you're busy. I know you're getting ready for your show and all that. It means a lot to us, especially to sit down with an artist of your caliber. That the room for growth and the things you can accomplish are just the sky's the limit at this point. So I do appreciate that. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Twitter is OnCue, OnCue. Instagram is my name QE because someone has the OnCue account and it's private and it's a picture of a dog, so it's my name QE. And then I don't know what else do people use.
What about where everybody can find your music?
Oh, it's everywhere. OnCue, OnCue, wherever you digest music. Except I haven't updated my Bandcamp in years, and I randomly got an email a couple days ago that I made $10 on an album sale on Bandcamp. I was like, who the fuck uses Bandcamp? But yeah, so it's everywhere. And I'm pretty sure I come up Google search result. I used to be the top result, but there's a big gas station chain in the Oklahoma area, and we tweet at each other back and forth on some fake beef every now and then. But I got the handle and I'm verified, so they lose.
I love it. What's your definition of success?
Happiness is very simple. It's all relative, and I'm not the one to think that success is happiness. You know what I mean? Because it's all relative. Someone said to me once, closer you get to the top, you realize there is no top. A fan messaged me that, and I was like, where did you come from? And I always say this because it's like Beyonce. Take Beyonce, for example. Think she has it all. She's living in the shadow of Michael Jackson. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what Mike was thinking.
Disputes that.
Huh?
Bayhive disputes that, probably.
Yeah, no. But I mean, in her head, she probably is thinking that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to make that judgment, but it's all relative. So success is happiness. For real. It's just whatever makes you happy.
Damn.
Yo,
love it.
Yo, thank you for coming through, man.
Absolutely.
Everyone, that was our interview with OnCue. Thank you again for watching this episode of This Is It Podcast. Big shout out to our sponsors, J Cells Vintage, Mellowship Entertainment, and of course the Big E. Everyone, thank you for watching. I'm Brad.
I'm Devin.
And this is
I'm
it.
Q.
Yeah, that's Q.
That's Q.